I stepped through the door after watching the sunset, my heart tight with anxiety, but the aroma of roasted chicken and herbs wafted through the air, and it soothed me. I loved roast chicken. It was a comforting scent, one I had always loved. As I walked into the dining room, my smile faded. There they were, my mates and his family, gathered around the dining table. They were laughing and chatting, but the laughter didn't belong to them alone. Colette sat next to Kai, her hand resting on her flat belly. I froze. Welcome home. Kai smiled as he stood up and pulled out a chair for me. We waited for you. I ignored him and sat down next to the queen, and he looked upset, which made me sway from my temper. Where have you been? Zane asked. Out, I responded. Have we prayed to the goddess? Not yet, the queen said, and we all bowed our head, did our evening prayer of thanks to the goddess before we began to place food on our plates. Siri, Colette began, but I cut her off. It's Sirena, I told her, and continued placing chicken onto my plate. Colette gave her usual fake pout before continuing. I was hoping we could go for a walk after dinner and talk. I know this situation is hard for you, but nothing. I cut her off again. I have no interest in your fake crap. If this child is my mate's, then I'm rejecting them. So I don't need to bond with you, and if this child isn't theirs, then you'll be in prison for lying, and again, I won't have to bond with you. Just save your false kindness for my mates. They're the naive ones who are falling for your act, not me. Siri, that's enough. Zane slammed his hand on the table. This is hard for all of us. Why are you making it so much harder? Do you think we enjoy hurting you? Do you think this is how we wanted to have our child? It's not. We wanted you to be the mother of our children, and if you just stopped acting like the only victim here, we could all move on and have a family of our own. We just have to get along and be there for each other. We are all going to live together. We need to get along. So what are you implying? Is she going to stay living here if this child is yours? I asked angrily. Do you really expect me to live with your mistress? Siri, you're being so cruel. Colette teared up. You know I'm not a mistress. Why are you being this way? I never wanted this. And you weren't mates when we slept together. Did it sound like I was talking to you? I snapped angrily, because I wasn't. I was speaking to my so-called mates. Is she going to stay? We're not thinking about that right now. Zane told me, once we know if this child is ours, we will all talk. No, we won't. I said. I placed my cutlery down, pushed out my chair, and stood up. I have no interest in having a family with either of you. If this bastard is yours, then I'm rejecting you, and you three can play house all you want. I spun and left the room, rage building inside of me, but I paused at the door and turned back. Or maybe I'll have a child of my own with someone else, and you two can raise my child like you're expecting me to raise yours. Don't you dare! Zane shouted, and stood up, his heart racing. I can do what I want, I screamed, before stomping out of the dining room. I went straight to my room and laid on the bed. How had things gotten so out of control? I thought I'd grow old with these men. I never thought they'd turn from me like this. Flashback. Zane, push harder. I called out in joy from the swing I was sitting on. The swing set creaked as he pushed me harder, sending me into the air as the summer heat beat down on us. The twins had fought over who got to push me and who got to catch me when I jumped, but I was enjoying the wind fluttering my hair back. I was only 11, oblivious to the undercurrents of their feelings. All I knew was the dizzying joy of swinging high, the thrill of being the center of their attention. Their rivalry was a game, a funny competition. I didn't understand what it really meant. Come on, Siri, jump, Kai called out. I'll catch you, I promise. I giggled and jumped off midair, and as he promised, Kai caught me, but he fell backwards, and we both landed on the ground laughing harder as Zane rushed over to us. Are you okay, Siri? He panicked and checked me over. I'm fine, Zane, you worry too much, I declared and shot up. Let's go on the slide. End of flashback. Years passed from that day, and the swing set rusted. Life changed, but the twins' feelings didn't. They were always protective of me, always there to keep me safe, and now I felt so alone during a time when we were meant to be stronger and closer than ever. I rolled over on the bed and pulled out a photo album where I kept my precious memories. I started to tear up as I flipped through the photos. Seeing their faces, young and hopeful, brought back the feeling of loneliness. The feeling of being replaceable. I thought they were my family, and now I didn't have a family anymore. In the past, when I was upset, the twins would come to me and make sure I was okay, but now they were still downstairs with their mistress, and a child that they had no proof was theirs, and they still meant more to them than I did. Than their mate did. I curled up crying. I had to leave this place. I couldn't do this. If it was their child, I wouldn't stay and watch, and if it wasn't their child, they'd already shown me that I meant nothing.